Whew. What a day. Everything should be set up and working. We should be streaming both to YouTube and Twitch, so that's quite interesting. And all the chats should appear on screen, which is good.
Time to get started. Mother, father,
Alright. Those. Hey, what's up?
Nice to see you.
Okay.
Mean.
Oh dear. Well, I said it would happen once we reached 500 or our 50th stream, and we're close to the 50th stream, and we already reached the 500, so why not? Trying to think of a way around that unicorn. Probably just night horde it. We can throw out... Yeah, I can stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time running through restream, so I thought why not hit both markets at the same time? Especially when I already have, you know, pretty good following over there. So why not? Restream is actually one of the coolest little pieces of software. Alright, this guy's not got much here. Like, I can chat to all the chats, both YouTube and Twitch, which is pretty cool. And it just comes up as broadcaster, which is awesome. That's no good. Yeah, well, that's it. Like I said, check out restream.io, and you can actually stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, so why not hit both? Hey, Firespun, what's up? Oh wow, this is an insane Triplevania. Hey. You can also stream to a lot of other platforms using Restream, but at the moment I'm just streaming to these two. But it's pretty cool. They've got plenty of chat integration stuff, which is awesome. You can view... Oops, I've got to remember to have that set up probably. You can view all your viewers independently, like I've got 4 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch set up, but that takes a bit to refresh, so... It's pretty interesting. Let's see. We can push a bit of damage. No, because you're only... It's no different to streaming to Twitch. For an example, you're streaming to Restream server, and then Restream relays that stream off their servers to the other services like Twitch and YouTube. So you're only actually streaming to one service. So it doesn't take any more power than if you stream to Twitch on its own. So it's pretty cool. And I'm about to get screwed over real bad. great. So, what? One decent play, I guess. Probably should have killed the carrot. But, oh well. I also like all the little symbols. You can see who's from YouTube, who's from Twitch. Exactly, why not? If you can stream to one, why not both? So it took me a little bit to set up because you got to make sure, you know, I'm using OBS for example, that all those settings are right. But once you get that set up, it's not too bad. And they've even got their own, you know, chat overlay so you can have it be transparent and not interfere with your stream and all that sort of stuff. And I've just lost this game. Blood did alright to start with. I had like 5 wins earlier before I started streaming, and now it's just gone downhill. I've lost the last few games. And I've fixed up all my donation and bloody hosting stuff, so that looks cool now when that comes up. Has its own sound effects. Ah, blood. You know where you put in your streaming key for Twitch and stuff? You've got to change that over to Restream.io's main server stuff. Change over the stream key. Make sure that Restream itself is set up to whatever region you're at. For example, I'm in Australia, so I've got to make it be set to Australia and Sydney servers. All that sort of stuff. I think I can give a basic view of this actually. It shouldn't be an issue. So, now I'm just accidentally moving the wrong thing. So you can see, you know, the stream just streams to here. You make sure all your settings are set up right. You've got your stream key, services you're streaming to and viewers. All that stuff. Going first against, yeah, that's not much fun. Oh, Evo turn 7. I didn't have much to Evo. Wish I had something better to play. But yeah, so there's definitely plenty of options for this. Quite good. I spent pretty much all of yesterday fiddling around with it, trying to get it right. I'm always going first. Yeah, no fights button, you always go first. Play a deck that has an advantage going first, like Blood or Sword. And then hope for a good draw. My only recommendation. And I hate Healing Angel. Not Healing Angel, Unica. Alright. Oh, one other thing, it's also really good for archiving. Because you're streaming to YouTube, it'll automatically archive it straight onto the YouTube channel. Any stream that you do for that will go straight onto it. Private stream last night. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, you did, because I was just testing stuff. I ran it for about 5 minutes just testing all the different settings. Yeah. Which is surprising because Daria usually overwhelms me if I go first because I don't have the evolves to keep up with their board. I'm sure you could build something. You only need a couple Albits. It's the only real legendary you need to build a decent sword deck. Alright. Probably going to trade off that anyway. Drop the double Vania. Oh, I don't know. I just set it up for whatever was... Like YouTube, when I selected YouTube Gaming, it just automatically said YouTube Stream or whatever. I don't think there's much difference. One's just mainly for, I guess, gaming stuff, so it goes to their app. Hey, what's up? I just wish there was a decent way to set up subscriber notifications, so if people subscribe on stream, that it'll come up. Hey, look, we finally completed that, and we got the win. It means we hit a larger audience. I'm happy. Ah, you could build an extreme aggro variant. They're quite cheap. As long as you've got the couple of Alberts, you can usually build it. That's right, man. Glad you enjoy it. That's why I make them, mostly so people can enjoy them. Oh yeah, I figured out the transparency. It was actually really easy. I just created a new layer in paint.net and then dropped it. So that worked out really well.
Time to get started.
Prepare for
I'm actually hopefully going to work on having some form of green screen in the future if this whole FaceCam stuff is great for you guys. It's just a matter of getting something to prop up behind me. No longer a scrub, that's good. No, I use Streamlab for follower alerts and stuff, but you can't do YouTube stuff on that, unfortunately. I've been looking into a way to try and do it, but I have to run a whole separate program. So that when people on YouTube are subscribing to the YouTube channel, it'll come up on stream. That's what I meant by that. I've got all the follower alerts and stuff through Streamlabs. I recently switched from Twitch alerts to Streamlab because it was better. Alright. Not much else I can play here. Shirtless streams. Oh, geez, no. We wouldn't want to go with that. That's not funny. That's not funny at all, actually, now I think about it. After watching Lights Out last night, geez. Hey, thanks for the follow. I still don't know why the audio loops itself like that. I haven't worked out at all how I can change that. But... yeah, Streamlab works fine. As long as people are doing stuff on Twitch, that works fine. It's just anything that's done on YouTube. Donations will still come up because I have a donation link in the YouTube stuff. But everything else is, yeah. I'm just not sure how to go about setting everything else up. This is not going to be a fun match. Part of the charm, yeah, I guess. That's one way to look at it for sure. Yeah. Like I said, those sort of the follow notification will only work on Twitch, unfortunately. So if you guys want to get that over there, you have to head over there and do it. But definitely worth it to run both. What can we do here? Yeah, I think I've seen you floating around there, Tim's, like, a little bit. Well, I'm running them as WAV files, and yeah, I'm guessing it's probably is because it's too short. I tried to shorten the time, though, and it did the same thing. It looped at the start. But there's no setting just to set it to run the loop once, which is what they need. If they could just run the loop once straight away, it wouldn't hopefully loop itself, but I don't know. I've been looking into all my stuff. I fixed Nightbot, so Nightbot's not as bad anymore. The voice is Japanese. Oh, I've thought about it, but I just really can't be bothered doing that. I want to run the Evolve here. It's a good idea. It's great to stream to both, especially if you have both available. Bunning snags, yeah. Come to YouTube. He should be able to see it. It all comes up on the stream, so that's a really cool setup. Yeah, well, I fixed most of Nightbot. There's some things I didn't want to fiddle with yet, but most of it should be sorted. Jeez, we got a big burst combo in hand. So you're allowed 20 odd symbols before it will auto time you out. I disabled the cap stuff at the moment until that becomes an issue. Yeah. And links and stuff are still the same, except I fixed it so moderators can post links. Yeah, Fire Spartan's a mod. I modded him the other day when you went around and stuff. I did a little straw poll and had people vote on it. Except everyone wanted to vote him to be a Bahamut, but We'll get rid of that with that.
The void seeps through all.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna get completely dominated here unless I get some weird combo off.
Me? Really?
Only got to update it every 3 months, yeah. Oh, I'm screwed.
This fate is unjust.
Such pain.
There's nothing left in this deck.
Aw, man, you beat me.
No worries. Since what's-her-name hasn't really been around, I need at least a couple mods. I haven't really set up anything for YouTube though in the way of a Nightbot setup, so it's not really well moderated. What can we play? I'm seeing a lot more of a control variant deck, so I'm not really sure what to go with. Might try Seraph and see how that goes for a bit. Pretty much, yeah. It's just subscribing. But you can set it up so it appears on stream, which would be a really cool way to do it. Yeah, unfortunately, his daylight saving stuff. The Fire Spartan's been around for a bit, and I've chatted to him a little bit, so I thought that'd be right.
Is fighting and despair all you know?
This one's for my family.
Yeah, he'll come back. This isn't a bad hand. OTK Roach. I need to build a setup for OTK Roach that's actually going to work. I need some deck lists. So if any of you guys do have deck lists, I'm trying to think of a way to send these through now. Probably try to send them through Twitter. Would be the better way. You can type them in the chat, but I'm not sure whether I'll actually have access to them or not due to how this setup is at the moment.
Keep relying on you, Dragoon.
Alright, man. See ya. We'll throw that down.
The Lord's will. Sorry, I've got to take a break. I said my last prayer.
Timeout, depends on what the offense is. I think my basic timeout is 600 seconds or something, but I haven't messed around with that too much yet.
Let me show you something.
I was only fixing up Nightbot this morning, so... Top 3 favorite classes. Haven's, yeah, definitely in my top 3 as well. Probably Blood, Rune, and Haven. But I've liked them since I started playing, even before the last expansion when Rune and stuff wasn't doing quite as well. We'll drop this. We'll try and get more amulets.
Something bad.
Yeah, well that's it. That's why I need to build a deck around. Minimizing the 1 and 2 drops.
Our fiery pillars lead the way.
Dragon is pretty cool. It just needs enough support, and I think next expansion is going to make it seem more interesting. Good to see variants in everyone's sets. What can we do here? If I trade, I can just remove it. That's probably the easiest way.
I obey the Lord's
I've only got to survive a couple turns.
I've said my last
Great, a Bahamut. I have no easier way to remove this, unfortunately. Kinda sucks. Oh dear. Well, if we manage to survive this turn, we win. That's one way to do this. I don't reckon we are. We're probably gonna get killed off.
Thanks.
Yep, double Genesis. That's always the way.
envy you.
Never forget the command. Oh yeah. Oh, what can I do now? That didn't work out as well as I hoped, that's for sure. We need to come up against some better matchups. There wasn't much else I could do outside of trying to clear that. And either way, he would have just dropped a second Genesis, putting me in a really bad spot. So I had to take a chance.
Is fighting and despair all you know?
This one's for my family.
What can I do? Got an okay board, not too bad. We just need more draws, which is what this will do, so that's good. Sick of seeing Dragon. No, I still haven't got Merlins for D-Shift yet. I was very, very tempted to craft some last night, but I decided against it in the end. Just because with the new expansion coming out, I just haven't been able to justify doing that yet. And if I craft some, I'll only be able to craft 2 of them anyway. I'm not really sure whether I want to do that or not. Oh dear. Need more PCs, man. Then everyone can play a PC. Can easily trade that off, but I will have to get rid of that. We've got plenty of board clears here. That's all fine. Get the animated Merlins. Oh, I'd love to get the animated Merlins. If I could afford it, I would. So if you guys are donating, then sure, we'll buy some Merlin pack. We'll buy some, what are they, the starter deck sets? The pre-built decks, and we'll get those Merlins. But we need to see enough donations for that. I think it's what, for me it's about $17 a set. Play mid-sword for better chances in ranked. I played mid-sword for a while, we might go back to that soon. I was playing it last night and it did alright, but then Blood's been doing really well this morning, but then that seems to have died off with seeing too many dragons. Plus, my mid-sword deck isn't perfect because I'm missing an extra Albert, I'm missing the 6-drop, whatever it is. I'm missing that sort of card. God. Okay. Double temple. Oh, Reddit is the worst place to look for Shadowverse stuff, I swear. I only go on there occasionally to look for stuff, and it's just terrible. I have the creepiest smile. He always does. True, it can be kind of boring. The only thing is, at the moment, most of these streams are orientated towards ranking up. That's what I focus on with these. That's why I try and keep my YouTube videos hopefully a little interesting, but I'm running out of ideas for decks and stuff. So yeah, exactly. These streams are mainly focused towards efficiency. There's nothing really disadvantages of playing that right now. We drop Seraph next turn if they don't drop anything big. The Reddit is cancer, yep. For sure is.
It won't be long now.
I'm only short, what, 3 Cerberus, 3 Merlin, and I could build almost everything. I also wouldn't mind a couple more Odins, but out of all the cards I'm missing, Cerberus and Merlin. To showcase. Go for it. I don't mind showcasing people's decks. If it ends up being alright or very meme orientated, I really don't mind at all.
The real battle begins.
I see always.
I really want to set up, similar to what Shadow Nexus is doing, I'd love to set up a top 5 plays of the week sort of thing. That would be really cool. But getting people to send in stuff is a little more difficult. Especially since I'm not the biggest channel. Yeah, that Odin drop, you could see that coming from a mile off. Had to make an attempt though. They were going to hold on to it no matter what. Dragon is probably the worst matchup for this deck.
A new world is our desire.
Be gone.
My unevolved alive. I know. That was a really bad idea.
Future.
Albert, Daria. That would be pretty funny. We're just going to buy time.
Won't lose again.
We've got to hope we can draw into our extra Seraph and that they can't draw into another Odin. But we're probably already screwed, so we'll see how we go.
Black wings are unbreakable.
Okay, that's a problem.
My spear will stop you.
So we're dead to 90% of the deck.
A worthy opponent.
What are we going to come up against now? See who's the beat down. Bahamut is the only top play? No. Bahamut? No. We're just not going into Bahamut today.
Let me show you something.
And that's not going to be much of an advantage to me. That's not good. The decree's pretty nice, but everything else is kind of useless. And there's Genesis for game. Great.
I envy you.
Alright. So according to my thing, we have 21 viewers overall. Pretty cool. Yeah, the game was an obvious, and it ended up being quite an obvious loss. Alright, we're going to try and find something else. I need to dump this deck. Where's the there? This is my new aggro build that we're using. Yeah, that's true. Every dragon player does play the same because it's pretty much the only decent deck. Where's all my... Oh, there it is, Vania. Like, where to go? Genesis Dragon? It might. Zeus is pretty good. PT... No, we can't play PTP Rune on ranked. Oh, PTP Rune is my fun private match deck. It's not for ranked at all. I'd probably get demolished playing that. I don't know. I need to build a forest deck. But I don't really have a lot of cards when it comes to the tempo forest builds. Yes, we can. No, we can't. We're not going to see that happen. Well, we'll start with the basics of the deck, I guess. Triple Roach. Couple of her. And I've seen a few Cynthia around, so we might drop that into the deck. Don't know whether to run triple tier or just run a double tier. Hey, PDP is fun, and we'll play some fan games later. I always do some fan games at about the hour mark when we're going to try and start wrapping things up. 3-tier? We'll go 3-tier. 3 sectors? No. Oh, that's a terrible idea. I don't know what else to put in this deck because I've only played OTK Roach as my primary forest deck. And I haven't messed around with much else. Oh, we'll throw in a couple of those. If anyone has a deck list that they want to send me. Alright, we'll run double. I'm trying to work out a deck, so I'm just going off what you guys are saying and then trying to work around that. Silver, move into that. Always run 3. I usually like to run double Fina. Where's Fina? Oh, it's a neutral, isn't it? I think triple isn't really that valuable anymore. I'm trying to think what else is really good for this deck. I don't really like that. Needs more. We're not putting Bahamut in the deck. Oh, that'd be terrible. No Fairy Beast has been played enough. That's not too bad. About halfway through the deck. Yeah. The only thing with Maze is going to be that they're going to limit the Goblin Mages I want to put in here. I've got to be careful. So we'll run triple May. Okay. If you can find me a deck code, we'll scrap this deck, we'll grab the deck code, and I'll work off that. Bahamut is all the memes? Yes, he is all the memes, that is true. Bahamut is always all the memes. I don't mind Justice too much. I don't know, we're just throwing a deck together. What's Will of the Forest? That's a gold. I don't know, we need to come up with something. Like I said, if anyone does have a deck code, we'll work from that. That would probably be a lot better. Someone that has a consistent fairy deck. Need to bounce. Ah, that's right, we do need to bounce Roach. How did I forget that? Alright, we'll try that deck list first. The deck wasn't really looking that great to me. Really? Okay. I've actually got all the cards for this deck. Dance of Death, Forest. The only thing I don't like is really triple tier, but that's me. Play 1 dungeon crawling, return ally follower. Okay. Trying to see how this works. So you don't have really anything that contrasts the roaches when it comes to Goblin Maid draws outside of A and 1 Dragon Crawl, which isn't that bad. Your deck? No, we're not building your deck, GMEC. Not at all. Glimmering Wings. Like I said, I haven't messed around with Forest too much. Not seriously messed with it. But we'll give this a shot. Why not? Can't hurt too much. GMX deck could be quite good if we shuffle it around a bit. Alright. Oh, that's unfair, G-Mac. You gotta run those H&Ls. You can't run anything else. Alright. Well, that didn't even want to connect to that. That's fine. Fine-tune G-Mac's deck. Do you know, I could probably create a whole video on how we could fix his deck. But he probably wouldn't like it because it ended up very similar to this sort of deck.
Time for me to prove myself.
Alright.
Father, come on.
Wow, that's couldn't be any worse right now. It's perfect how it is. Oh, jeez. Trying to think how I can get value out of this now. My only option is to probably drop May. And then use the H off as a return system. That actually worked out alright. Oh, we got a Fire Spartan G-Mech battle going on in the comments. Jeez.
You gonna mess with me?
Alright. Don't want to risk killing that off. Should have placed. I could have.
You won't escape.
But I don't think that would have made a lot of difference overall.
You're breathing too loud.
Alright, so we got a 50-50. That was a good hit. They're gonna have to take the evolve. Enhance effect. It is. The enhance effect is amazing.
Life's fate is that.
But damage is also quite important too, isn't it? So, trying to think of a good way to do this.
It's so quiet.
And that was not what I was meant to do there at all. Screw it.
You're done for.
We made the mistake now, so I was meant to play the fairy and play glimmering for the draw, but hit the wrong key.
Bow to the gourmet emperor. Shapely.
Not all bad, I guess. As long as we don't get hit by a ward, we should be fine.
Crazy amazing. That's me.
Need a way to pull Roach off. No, obviously. That's why I want to save this one for the Roach combo. But having him on 10 health isn't too bad either. One. Fairy. Glimmering. Trying to think of a way I can actually win off this. We can Goblin Mage into another Roach. Play them both out. We should be able to just pick up enough damage. The 0-drop stuff. Yeah, that's true.
I'll show you.
Your flesh and bones are mine.
It would have been better to save it for that. And now that I've hit double wards, this is going to be a real pain in the ass. Okay. Trying to think of a way to win this. I needed one more point and I could have used the Goblin Mage to actually force through. Dealt one more extra damage and then played off that, but not going to happen. I dance him death at 6-6 and I've got to deal with both wards. RNG May. risky. By RNG the May, I'll most likely play the Fortune, just evolve it. That's not much value there. I think we're gonna have to hit that. I really don't like that play at all. But I'm trying to come up with any way I can push through the damage I need. Yeah. I don't like these things. I think we're just gonna have to leave them up for now. Now let me hit with them wards. I'm very limited in what I can do here. Plus, this is the first time playing the deck, so just have to wait and see. And of course, another ward. RNG May. Oh, come on. Pretty much screwed up any play I wanted to make. I think I'm screwed. I don't see any other way out of this. If they drop Death's Breath, we are really screwed. Yep, there it goes. Nope, not dealing with that. Alright. At least have an idea on what to play. We're getting pushed back a long way though too, and I don't like that. Okay.
Time for me to prove myself. Is fighting and despair all you know?
Do I keep the roach? Drop the roach? That's the question. Roaches are a little harder to draw, but just getting really shitty matchups. Haven and Shadow would be terrible matchups with the amount of wards. Don't know what to keep here. I hold on to that. There are plenty of ways to get to it, which is good, I guess. Tokens, yeah, makes sense. Going first kind of sucks too. I'm 20. You can get rid of the ward. I actually don't mind the play. Trying to think of a way we can push out that H and Elf next. If they don't clear the May, we can drop the Fairy, play H and Elf. Isn't too bad, and then set up next turn for Princess. Oh, better make sure I get the attack in first. Won't be a sec.
Unacceptable. You were done for. Now you've got me upset. Life's fate is that.
No, he's not attacking. Yeah, exactly. That is a big mistake.
The forest is crying for help.
At least we get these drops now, so that's good. We get the token drops.
Guide me, elder. Life lasts but an instant. Please settle down.
We got plenty of cards, so I think playing a fairy's fine.
Let's play.
We just need to hope we don't get warded. Ah, and of course, priest. Always the most perfect play.
The real battle begins.
I see your weakness.
I can play the... I can play the tier. That's actually not that bad.
Stop. Hey, let's play. Away from here.
Flamhead sledgehammer. Yeah, no. Terrible.
Never get near the princess. Crystal Blade.
What in the...
At least we got the tier, so that was not a bad draw overall. Okay.
Let us conclude.
I gotta remember to click control when I'm trying to access this panel. Before clutch. Oh, that would be terrible. This is already bad enough.
Come on, let's play. Come on, let's play.
I want to draw something. Return an allied follower or amulet to your hand. So that's not much good to me, is it? I really don't know what to do with this deck here. I've got two of probably the worst matchups I could possibly get. Ugh.
Focus on your inferno, Tina.
And they got the most, like, they got the really early Guardian Sun, making really hard to get through anything.
Beautiful, powerful, and cute to boot. This ends here. I'll fire. Lucius, I'm sorry.
You won't escape.
Probably could have just played that.
You're in.
Alright, this is about the only chance I've got left. I'm tired of heals yet. I'm always tired of heals, man. Always. At least this gives me a shot. Win for his daily mission. Oh, that's so nice.
You won't escape.
I needed something. And can't really pass up a 0 drop.
In wayward ones.
What's that? A 5 drop. Ding Dong's worth it, at least I can return that. Return the Ding Dong.
You're nothing to one who's bested gods.
Get rid of that.
The darkness.
Ooh, sparkly stuff. Gimme.
Pull the extra roach.
Yo.
Trying to think of how I want to do this. I drop the 0 fairy. I fill up my board. The problem, because I need to be able to play stuff, so I'm gonna have to do this.
I'll get you out in a jiffy.
I can't win off that anyway, so we'll hold on to what we got and go again. Oh dear, guys. That's fine.
Ding dong.
Bellring is a pain because I don't really have a way around that. Not yet, anyway. Well, that's one way around it, I guess. What's that? A 5-drop roach. May as well. We've got another roach. We've got a goblin mage, and we've got a Fina. So between them, I can deal at least 3 damage. Yeah, I know. Haven't drawn a single one. YouTube guy. Oh dear. What's that give me? 3? Really not worth playing off.
Away from here, intruder! You'll never get near the princess.
Just gotta hope for guidance. Guidance could actually be the card that wins me the game here. If not, gotta hope something survives. Alright. Trying to think of what they could play off that, if they play anything. Second Baha, yeah. That would be pretty bad. Bloody bell ringer. Trying to calculate out how I can win this. Not going to be worth roaching, is it? Might. I can get rid of that with a roach. Get rid of that, and then hit face. At least this means I need less damage. Yeah, well, I was counting on the Thermise actually and hoping for a decent draw, and with the double roach it would have worked. I would have had enough damage. It's just the healing and stuff that's really a pain in the ass right now. Come on. Really? So now they can hit face.
What's that for?
My only hope is Nature's Guidance. Or an H elf. That will actually work the same. Awesome. So that's game.
I'm the Force Protector.
Jeez. Did not expect to come back on that. Jeez, we've pulled in some viewers now, guys. Thanks everyone who's here. Yeah, we did it. We won. It's a miracle. Yeah, that top deck comeback, that's it. I did have a good few options though. What? I had 2 more Ancient Elves. I had 3 Nature's Guidance. I don't think if there's anything else that could have won me. Any of those draw cards that would have got me more cards to play could have won it. Them viewers, I know. YouTube pulls in a great amount of viewers, guys. It's awesome. Alright, man. See ya. What's the time? We've been going about an hour. Nearly. Default decks. We'll give this one more go. We'll see how it goes. Miracle Forest. Pretty much, I don't know. It's deck list one of the other guys posted on here. I need a forest deck to play for a bit. Just something that would get me up ranks. Almost time for memes. Oh, the memes are gonna come. You watch out, they'll be coming. We'll do half an hour to an hour of fan games.
Time for me to prove myself. I guess you're
Somewhere around there. Soon. Expect Dragons, Havens, Forest, and Earth. Mostly I play PTP against everyone else. No, actually, I want to keep that. And Fairy Circle's not too bad, so we might hold on to that as well. Has to win it. Oh, that's terrible. Mine should have actually reset one of my missions. I better check that soon. Wow, that's actually not bad. night over there. It's, what, 1 PM for me?
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will help.
What are we playing? No point playing anything out. It's just going to be a waste.
Oh, come on!
Friend request you into anime. Yeah, I'm into anime. I watch pretty much everything that comes out on new release stuff. I'm actually really sad because everything's wrapping up in the next week. So, especially things like Twin Star Exorcist, I really enjoyed that. That's starting to wrap up.
With a bang and a boom!
Jeez, super early Daria turn 4, Jesus. I think I am absolutely screwed. The only decent play would be not that, so
The forest is crying for help.
I'm gonna overdraw my hand too.
Four.
That's kind of shitty.
Guide me, Elder Tree. Life lasts but an instant.
Can't afford to overdraw my hand when I need to draw into Will of the Forest, so. Plus, we've got another elf, so that's fine.
Such negative magic.
Ah, usually I expect Daria turn 5, not quite turn 4. I don't rarely see it on turn 4.
Done for. Ready? Here goes. Oh, come on!
If I was playing anything else, this deck wouldn't be as bad diverse, but this is just shocking. Okay. I want to get rid of... Nope, we've pretty much lost, haven't we? Can't get rid of Daria without trading everything. I can't get rid of that without trading everything. Yep, we're screwed.
I lost.
Oh dear. Alright, we'll do some fan games. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Where are we going? Into... Actually, I have something else. We can open a pack. I got my 7-day streak pack, so I was saving it for a little bit into the stream when there's some people around. Come on. Oh, the meme. The Soul Dealer. At least it's a legend. I haven't had one for a while. We didn't get too bad of cards overall. Daria is manageable until they draw... Yeah, until they draw the perfect hand, they are quite manageable. I usually don't find Daria to be quite as big anymore. Not compared to Sword and D-Shift. They just end up with a God Hand, which sucks. Only seen one God? Oh yeah, Zeus. That is true. Well, Ouroboros is basically a dragon god, so you could nearly say that's two. What was I going? I was in private match. Alright. Alright, so pretty simple. We get the deck code. First in, best dressed. We get 1 game per person as we go through, and we can double up later. And I'll be playing P2P Arena. Alright. It's really handy being able to chat to both chats at the same time using this. Soul Dealer meme deck? No. One Soul Dealer I don't think is going to be enough to make a decent Soul bloody Dealer deck. Also guys, don't forget to check out the schedule, which I can actually have come up. I think I can have it come up here if it goes to both, can't I? Yeah, cool. So Nightbot will bring it up on screen for YouTube, and it'll be in the Twitch chat for that. So my next stream is tomorrow morning, well, tomorrow afternoon for me, and later tomorrow for you guys. So same time. And if things take off, we might include more streams here and there, so I don't like any of these cards. Alright. That wasn't that much better. Okay. Also, don't forget, guys, you can donate in the description below. Both on Twitch and on YouTube. They're both down there. Might hold on to those. Alright. Memes versus memes. Oh, you gotta love those memes. We might just play this. Okay. So, Time Warn's not too bad. Use that.
I'm just a mage who's as old as
You're
dirt.
done for.
Trying to think of a way I can do this.
Back in the old
Gonna work out in the long run. May as well drop that. And we may as well drop the next one. Wow. Don't forget BM. Oh, jeez. That could be terrible. This is a shocking hand, drawing all three of them like this.
flee while I am still me. Be gone.
Alright, they're gonna go for the trade then. Kinda sucks.
Tuckered out.
And we'll go all in.
Golly, it's chilly here. Golly, it's chilly here. Golly, it's chilly here.
All my snowmen. I love my snowmen. Okay. And they've already ramped up, so that kind of sucks.
I feel
Alright, that's actually pretty good. I've just got to think of a way out of this. Actually, we might use this. Alright. That's actually playable now. Cool.
Can't keep relying on you, dragon.
And what can I do now? Drop all the snowmen.
golly, it's chilly here. Golly, it's
Oh dear. Probably should have drawn first, but it's fine.
It won't be long now.
Ooh, this is real scarf weather. You like the cold?
Of course we draw a Witch Bolt. A board clear? Yeah, that would be good. I don't know what I should add for a board clear that would actually work quite well, but
Can't keep relying on you, dragon.
I've already got one board clear, I just need to get it out.
Guy feels
Which I'm actually very close to being able to do, so... Wow, really?
you like the cold?
Well, you guys wanted a board clear, so... Now we get started. Like Fire Chain. Who needs Fire Chain when you have Path to Purgatory? You just clear the board. That's what I normally do.
It won't be long now.
True that. Yep.
No.
Okay, so he made the right play doing that. But, good game.
This ends.
This should finish it.
Ooh, this is you like the cold?
Alright.
You're a solid fighter.
Oh, that was the quest I got. I was wondering what the quest was. Yeah, good game, man. That's all I got to say. Alright, we'll get someone else in. Ah, Fire Spartan, right on the buzzer. He's always ready for a game. Yeah.
I guess you're looking for a fight.
Yeah, let me warm up.
Yeah, man, we got FaceCam up. Craigasm. Oh, that's terrible. I suppose that's something to start with. All right. Oh, you better not have the God Hand. Megaloorcus. Yeah, come back next expansion when you got the support. That's what you need. Really want to return that too. But that's not going to have any real value.
Couldn't do it after all. It's knowledge I seek.
All right. I need to be able to do something here. Alright, we can play the mage next turn, use that to clear off whatever comes out. Ugh. Of course.
Here we go.
You'll all be swept away. It'll work this time, maybe.
Jeez, man. You really couldn't have asked for a better hand.
I'm just a mage who's as old as
Rune P2P deck list. There is a video on my channel actually, which you're on. So the quickest way to find that right now would be to find that. Otherwise, I've got to go back through and look for it somewhere, which I can do for you if you want me to. I've just got to go back enough to find it. Surely I made a deck list on this. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Oh no, I did. There it is. I'll find it. I really hate your cards, man. Like, a lot. Like, 120%.
One little failure's nothing.
I know, another fair and balanced game, right? I found it. It's actually not that far down. It's from 19th of March.
I'm just a mage who's as old as you won't get past me that easy.
But either way, I'll post the deck code here for you guys.
In the old days.
Gotta make sure I'm hitting the right button. Jeez.
Here. Not now.
There we go. Screw you. Because screw you.
It won't be long now.
It's just like back in the old days. There. I'm all tuckered out.
I lost? Yeah, right.
I'm all tuckered out.
I may be fucked, yeah. I'm definitely not in a good spot.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will help.
But that's why I play this deck for fun.
No. One little failure's
It is certainly not for winning. Guess your hand, Daria. I bet you it's Daria. You win, but I bet you.
Excited mages! Stay away from the academy.
You're about to see a book.
impressive.
Oh dear.
Just like you are.
Not much I could do with that. No double piercing rune. Oh, that's not as exciting. I thought it'd be Daria. Alright. Who's up next? You can throw your hat in the ring. Alright. I want to know, where'd you get that Shadow Rex? I'm really interested in that. I don't know where I'm meant to look for that. I don't think I've got it.
I guess you're looking for a fight. You must die.
Alright, that looks good. Looking good. Daria's sure balanced. Well, I don't think Daria is the bigger problem. It's the follower support that came out with it that was the bigger problem.
Apologies, sir.
Okay. Cool. Really good to know. Something I definitely want to reach then. Levi into triple piercing. No, see, that was really unbalanced. That was just a bad combo. Alright, so we got the floral. That's going to be a painful thing to get rid of.
Floral
My loyalty is ironclad. I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
You're done.
Alright, this should actually work alright.
It's just like back there.
Might actually hold that for a minute. Just in case.
Sky Knights, prepare for battle.
It won't be long now.
A little blood won't stop me.
You should get Daria Stomper Flare instead. Oh, that would be pretty cool. We get to drop 4. Kill that off.
So this is the
And we'll get rid of this.
Hey, that hurts.
Alright. Not too bad. Probably could have played that in a better order to get more advantage, but
Safe with me.
overall not that bad.
Here. We live to take what we like. No.
Need a way to boost that by 1. Alright.
There must be more to this world. It won't be long now.
Probably gonna die. With the amount of cards they've got in hand. Still at 3.
Show me what you can do. I failed you, my y'all.
See, this deck is terrible against something like this that's heavy aggro. This makes them much better against control. That's for sure.
Safe with me. No.
Oh, come on. Well, I'm pretty much dead.
I failed you, my y'all.
Yep. There was only one decent possible draw and I didn't get it. What do you mean my Guardian Sun beats that deck? Ah, it can do. Anything that can spam followers consistently is a real pain. That's why this deck really isn't competitive and it's just for fun. Alright, I'm gonna try something different then. Let's try something else. I don't really have anything else that's really meme orientated other than Dragon, which is actually probably worse, but I mean, let's see how that goes. Memes can only get you so far. Exactly, they can. That's why I only use these for private matches. Ah, he left. Feels bad right here in my heart. My favorite legendary, jeez. I really don't know where to start with that. It depends on how we categorize favorite, I guess. I don't really have a favorite overall. Artwork wise, I really love Blood Hungry Matriarch. I just love that artwork. Ability wise, God, that's a tough one. It really depends on the class. I don't know. Trying to think of what my favorite ability wise would be. Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know. I've never really thought about it that much. Makes it a really hard question when I haven't really thought about it. I really like Daria's effect, but that's mainly because it's quite good. Oh dear. Just like the idea overall, yeah. See, I don't know. Such a hard question. I really love some of the new legendaries they're bringing out. Now, like, I love the idea of most of the rune legendary. Like the Earthright one, I really enjoy that. That was probably a mistake. Oh, actually no, because it's going to discard the carrot, which is fine, I guess. I was worried I was going to discard Forte. I love the blood legendaries. Most of them I like quite a lot. Overall, probably Lucifer. Its healing effect and damage of its reverse and its extra stats gain is really interesting as a card. I don't mind that too much.
These black wings are
Combo with Ginger? I have no clue. I don't remember which one Ginger is now. I have to look at it.
My spear, don't let me down.
Awesome. Which one's Ginger? Let me take a quick look. Which set is that? Forest? No, that's Elf Queen. That's no good to me. I can't remember which one that is. It's the rune card. Rune card. Oh yeah, that's the other one, isn't it? Yeah. Ginger is going to be very interesting. All followers in your hand to 0. Allied followers can't attack the enemy leader, and it stops basically everything. So it's an interesting card. I think if you built a deck around it, it could be quite good. But you really would have to build a deck around it. This guy's going to kill me, so that's no good to me at all. Yeah. I think it's interesting. I really like the idea. Yeah, I think Hulking Giant is better. I think it's much more versatile card. Being able to discard the Earth Sigils. Especially since they're discarded, so it could work really well in PTP Rune. That's what I love about it. So you could build a really nice deck out of it. Oh, I so badly want to do that. Yep, we're doing it. Screw it. Bye-bye. Oh dear. This is just some fun after all. But yeah, I like him. Might be my favorite. He is pretty cool.
Get to work.
Time to say goodbye.
Show no mercy.
Thus it ends.
What are we gonna do now? Draw more cards? Sure, let's draw more cards. Well, that sucks. I have a 50-50 chance of discarding that. Great. It would be my favorite, but discard track sucks. Yeah, that is true. It's fun. That's why I like using it. They're quite enjoyable decks.
Help me out. Rhea, we can do this together.
Oh no. Not that filthy mongrel.
Oops.
This doesn't really protect me, like, at all, but gotta do something, I guess, don't I?
It won't be long now.
Eh. That's fine. I will accept my defeat.
Oh, I was born ready. You're a solid fighter.
It's not a bad idea. I am looking for more content. It's just a matter of coming up with a decent way to build those decks. I want to play this one. Who wants to play that? I've been trying to come up with different content. Card reviews are a hard thing overall because they're very opinion based. A lot of people have problems with opinions. But other than that, it's definitely not a bad idea. I'm just not sure how to release them, because it would pretty much take up my daily 3 o'clock release schedule time that I use. That would be my standard video. I already did a whole BronzeCraft series, but I'm looking at doing maybe even a SilverCraft series for new release stuff once that's all calmed down. Now when the expansion comes out, we discuss how to build some of the decks. Yeah. I'll definitely be looking at that. There'll be plenty of decks popping up around, and I'll pretty much be playing everything I can. I'm going to have probably, 70 packs to open? Probably more than that, including free packs. So look forward to that video, 70 pack opening.
Time for me to prove myself.
Nice. I really want to build a commander sword, that would be fun. And dragon, yeah, building a really heavy control dragon will be really cool. But they only really got one decent card, which kind of sucks. Would have been nice to see stronger cards. Stream the pack opening. Tempting, I could do that. Not a bad idea. I think I might actually go with that. I was just going to make it into a video, but I think, yeah, streaming it could work quite well, especially since I can stream it to both YouTube and Twitch now. That would work quite nicely.
Don't hurt me. Hey, let's play.
Come on. Ding dong something. We probably will do that then. So, what's the date today? For me, it's the 26th. Launch is 30th. So we've got a few days. Just under a week. Actually, what's the time? 1:30. So I've got half an hour left. Then I'll be playing the Splatoon test fire, actually. I won't be streaming that, though. And we'll just get rid of that. Got plenty of removal here. Plus, guys, the more of you that do donate, the more we'll be able to do in the future as well. That would be really cool. Oh yeah, I reckon you could make a decent Storm Dragon like that. That's pretty cool. Alright. We're gonna be able to set up plenty of wards here. Away
from here, intruder.
Alright.
Never get near the princess. You're done for.
We can actually deal with all of this with Ancient Line, which is quite good. I don't mind doing that. Ah, screw it. Decree's better. Cheaper. Not wasting the evolve. Who is your waifu for this game? Oh. Probably Vania or Luna. I don't mind both of them as characters. I'm partial to the really cute characters. But I also don't mind Implancer. Implancer is a pretty sweet looking card.
The forest is crying for help.
Of
Won't be long now.
course you'd say Cerberus. Last Spartan obsessed. Alright. No point in using that healing yet.
My king.
But I really don't have any other play. Oh, Temple Defender something.
Obey the Lord's will.
I don't know whether I'd go that far to say Lolicon, but I do prefer them as characters overall. I like the Mo aspect of most of those characters.
This ends here. I'm so sparkly.
Daria, best waifu. Oh dear. By Tempo Forest. Yeah, I know, right? Oh. Let me just go for the clear.
You were done for.
PogChamp. Actually, that is actually really bad, isn't it? Especially if they've stocked up on fairies. Oh dear. See, my chat gets pretty entertaining, that's for sure. Well, that was interesting. At least that clears it. Maybe survive off this. Yeah, that thorn burst, man. That massive thorn burst. If he has another 2 thorns, I'm screwed, but I'm hoping he's burned out all of them, but I guess not. Nope, there they are. Okay. Jesus. You had a lot of fairies in your hand, man. Couldn't keep up with that healing. Ugh, terrible. Alright, we might end that there for those games for now. So, we're probably going to end this stream here, guys. I thank everyone for coming. I'll be streaming the exact same time tomorrow, so make sure you guys come and check that out. It's greatly appreciated. All your support is awesome. So, thanks for coming, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.